Grand risings to all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Don't everybody speak at once? All right, so look, y'all. Couple of questions that I done came across a couple of times. Couple of questions. Just know that God will never, and if you don't believe in God, that's fine, but I believe in God, and I don't think that God will put more on us than we can bear at the end of the day. Okay? Now, the personality of a narc. I saw a question that said, well, if they stay around you long enough, or something to this verbiage. It was if they stay around you long enough and they pick up on your ways, does that mean that they can change? The answer is no. They don't pick up on your ways like that. They can only pick up certain elements, certain mannerisms and gestures. Same thing that they pick up on when they look at TV. They can only pick up so much, and they can only be fake for so long. Nobody can just always be somebody else. They're gonna eventually be themselves. Characteristics about themselves will eventually come to reveal itself. So as I say, it takes time to be fake. It don't take no time to be real. The mask is all about being fake. It's about giving them a false identity because they cannot accept their true selves. They don't want to face their true selves because they know deep down inside that they're messed up and they really need help. They're tormented. So no, they cannot. They can study you and they can present those gestures and things to different people that may not know you, but they can only keep that party up for so long. And after that, the people that they are presenting themselves to in a certain manner, they even see right through it. Right? Because that mask is always going to come off. What we were seeing in the beginning was not really them in the first place. But you see that mask came off. Another one was, do they ever admit that they're narcissists? Or can they admit that they're narcissists? Or will they admit that they're narcissists? Well, let me answer that question. When the sky admits that it's blue, then maybe, just maybe, they'll admit that they're narcissists. You can't even get them to admit when they have done something wrong. Just simply done something wrong. So of course they're not going to admit that they're narcissistic. Even if they know about the disorder, they still won't admit it. They're going to make you out to be the narc. What have I done? One of my past experiences? Y'all, I went and printed off all the elements of narcissism on Google. I took that document to the narc. I went through each element and I showed them how they were a narc, and everything I was saying was true. Do you know by the time we got finished with that document, we were arguing and I was being called the narc? All of the projection is so funny now. I was the narc by the time we got finished talking, and then I got the silent treatment on top of that, which is one of the elements of narcissism. You have to get the silent treatment. It's nothing like them. To them, that's their big thing. Like, that's their icing on the cake. So they can sit there and look at you react and look at you make your points as valid and true as those points are going to be. And they're going to say, what's wrong with you? You crazy. You need help. They're going to project everything back onto you. So no, they're not going to admit anything. Also, I just want to say this. For those of you that are in relationships with them, or you have to be around them and tolerate them, what I would do is I would get my sound recorder app. I have an app on my phone called Sound Recorder. And what that does is it covers my back. I could record you and you don't even know that I'm recording. Not a video recorder, a sound recorder. That way you'll have the date, the time, and the duration of the interaction. You always want to cover your back at the end of the day, because when it's bad vibes and bad air, you know, and it just doesn't feel right, something's going to happen. And if you don't have anything to cover your back, it's going to pretty much be your word against their word. So I would take my sound recorder, and the reason why I started using sound recorder is because I can take that app and minimize it. And starts going through my phone, and that app and that sound recorder will still be recording. I got one real good with a sound recorder. We went to court and everything. And I had my files, I had everything right there in my hand. By the time I got finished with this social worker, this is a narc that I'm talking about, she was flipping burgers and frying chicken over there at KFC. She had 2 part-time jobs because she had lost her career due to her foolishness, because I held her accountable in that way. I had that sound recorder. I didn't say anything much because I knew I was recording. I knew it wasn't finna be my word against hers. So I kept my recorder. I kept it. Woo, you talking about putting somebody on blast? I could do that. I could oblige you. So always cover your back. You can feel when something may go left. And with them, it goes left all the time. And they resort to abuse and all that kind of thing. And they don't want you to say anything to anybody about the interaction, because that's how they isolate you and continue to manipulate. And that's how they get you to condone the behavior. Now, how did they get like this? How did they get like this? I'm going to tell you, it's biblical. It's simple. You spare the rod and spoil the child. As children, when we do something wrong, we have been corrected. I'm sure most of us have on one level or the other. So we see consequences, even though, let this plane pass me. Let me let this plane. All right. Even though you may not have a guardian over you now that you're older, telling you that you've done something wrong, or a friend in your corner to call you out and say, look, that wasn't right. Remember, you are who you hang with. Narcs hang with other narcs. They do. They do. So if you don't have a guardian to call you out on your bull crap, then as you grow older, you'll feel like there's no consequences. I've never been called out before, so I'm not going to be called out again. Such and such is just going to have to deal with it. They're not going anywhere. They're just going to have to deal with it. And they don't care how you feel and what you're going through. They really don't. It's all about them. It's all about control. It's all about you staying in a child's place, you and your inferiority. You shut up and you do what you're told. And don't you ever disagree with me. Because if you disagree with me and you know you ain't going nowhere, and I know you ain't going nowhere, then I'm finna manipulate and abuse you more. Don't you ever think that you have the audacity to question me. That's how they think. That's how they are. So if you're gonna be in that, use it as a means of motivation, and also have you a good sound recorder. Sometimes when you sitting around and you go through so much trauma with these people to where you can't recall the details of certain things. I used to get my sound recorder, and when I'm sitting, in a place to myself, I would just talk into my sound recorder. I will also, when the narc goes on a rant, and you know how they do, and start projecting, and they, things could go left real fast. I would have my sound recorder recorded, not only to cover me, but if I decide to leave, I can also go back to those files on that sound recorder and listen to them. And that will remind me why I left in the first place. Why I don't have any intentions of going back. Why the final discard is on you. You're the one that's going to do the final discard, not the other way around. If they have to discard you, they're going to hoover the hell out of you. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. I'm speaking from straight experience. So they've never been held accountable for their actions. A lot of narc women, I know for sure, have narc mothers, and they raise narc daughters. They raise codependent sons, what we call them, empaths as sons. But the daughters, all of them are narcissistic. That's Jezebel. That's the female spiritual sense of this. Whereas the sons, the reason why they become codependent is because it's the Ahabish type spirit. They grow to think that women are supposed to be in control. They see their mom. They see their grandma. So they have a sense of, I have to take care of this person. I have to do what they say. That's what the narc wants to do with you. That's why they'll never be with anybody. At the end of the day, if you think they're just going to be happy, you have a lot to learn about this stuff. All they'll do is leave a path of destruction. It doesn't matter who comes in contact or who comes in their presence, they're going to destroy. They're going to destroy. They're going to be the epitome of foolishness and dysfunction. And they're going to do that to everybody. Not just you, everybody. They don't have friends. They only see their quote-unquote friends sporadically. If you're a friend with someone, you don't have to see them every day, but you'll talk to them. If you hear something happen, or you just get to, I just wanted to call you, see how you're doing. That's stuff that friends do. They check on each other. They don't do that with their friends, and their friends don't do that with them. The only time they call their friends is if they need something from them. Then they'll call them, and they'll check in. I'm just checking in. And then they will start a transactional conversation. You think you can do this? You want to do this? They don't ask, will you or can you? They say, you wanna? Do you wanna? They don't know how to ask questions. When mine used to do, I say, you didn't ask me anything. No, I don't wanna. I say, well, I was just asking. You did not ask me anything. Questions don't start out with you wanna. Questions start out with who, what, when, where, why, and how. That's a question. What you did was gave a command. And let me tell you, y'all, we can be over empathetic or empathic towards them, however you want to pronounce it. I remember my narc used to announce, I'm hungry. I mean, all the time. I'm thirsty. Let me tell y'all, I done been triangulated, and I done been the new supply. And I used to observe back then when I was that. Let me tell you, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. This guy was so overly codependent, he didn't even have a car, right? And he worked like an hourly job, which is nothing wrong with that. That's not my point. He'll go in, let me see what we got in here to drink. Right after she announced, let me see what we got in here to drink. He'll go in there, look. I remember one time in particular, he went in there and looked. He said, we don't have anything in here to drink. Look, she had a car, career, money. Probably not a lot, but still, she was more financially able than and stable than what he was. He would say, well, I'm gonna go to the store and get you something to drink. What you want to drink? Oh, Coca-Cola. You know what I drink. Sometimes she wouldn't say that. You know what I drink. Don't ask me nothing like that. Okay, I'll be right back. This dude would walk to the store, go get her something to drink and bring it back. I said, wow. The mere fact that I'm going to the store because you made an announcement that you was thirsty, that's enough to me. Now, to walk to the store, and I know you have a car sitting out there, and you won't even, this the kind of person that she is, you won't even offer you don't have to walk, I have a car. You got any money? Well, make sure you got a little bit of money so you can get me something to drink and get yourself something also. It didn't go like that. He was like, I'm going to walk to the store and get you something to drink. I'll be right back. This guy will walk to the store, y'all. That's over the top to me. And it's a whole car sitting outside. I did so much flipping the script, though, like when I was in this stuff. I actually was like a mad scientist. I would do things just to see the reaction, and just because I was trying to learn the game. And when I learned the game and I realized that this is why I keep getting this car, that I realized I had it down pat. So I'll go up, should be sitting on the couch going on Facebook, and I'll go up to her. What you doing? What you doing? What you looking at? What you got going on? Y'all, she would look at Facebook 24/7 and sit in one spot all day on the couch and expect me to cook, clean, raise her kids, help them with homework. I mean, I was just doing the most. I see on Facebook. Let me tell you what she was doing on Facebook, y'all. It was so sick. I'm like, what the hell? She would go back and forth to her personal Facebook account and scroll through her pictures and stare at them. Stare at herself. All these pictures. She had like 1 million pictures of just her. Some of it was like her and her kids, because they have to have that nice image or whatever for everybody else on Facebook. But for the most part, it was just her. And I'd be looking like, what are you staring at? You still staring at yourself? What are you doing? What you got going on? She was just staring at herself. Y'all, Narcissists. Narcissists. This guy, look, this is all biblical. This is all old ancient times. Narcissists stared at his reflection so long that he died looking at his own self. That's where they coined the term narcissism. That's where that came from. I just wanted that plane to pass. I apologize, y'all. I'm at the park. Like I said, I love the park. But that's where that term came from. But I would ask, what you doing? Because I already knew what she was doing. That was me throwing out looks like, you still staring at yourself? That was me just showing out. I mean, not showing out, but just pointing out little key things. If she had the sense to pay attention, she would have caught on. She never did catch on. Never did. I just look back at a lot of this stuff and I have to laugh because it's classic. It's a big game. You need to learn how to play it if that's what you're gonna deal with, and you need to play it. Be good at it so where you don't be discarded if that's where you want to be. But just know comes a lot of hurt and pain into that kind of thing. Because sometimes you have to cognitively disassociate yourself when you're in an argument with them or when you're around them, so that you don't take in and all of the low blows and negative energy. Like, you have to disassociate from yourself, and it's not healthy. It's not something I would recommend anybody do. It hurts in the long run. But if that's where you want to be, then by all means, be there. Or you don't feel like you're ready to move yet, then don't move. If you haven't been instructed yet, don't move. Gotta instruct you. But yeah, it's different ways to hold them accountable. It just depends on how creative you can get. And I've held them accountable in so many ways. I have even used not just sarcasm, but positive vibes to hold them accountable. Yep. But I hope this video helps everybody. Hey, I had a ball last night on the live. Y'all see the live? Ario dropped that live last night. I didn't know how to donate. I got to see how to donate. I would love to donate to that channel. I really do. I love to support people. I really do. And I love the energy, and it's amazing, y'all. I'm glad that he started this group. I'm glad that he has elevating, and really after I spoke with him yesterday, he motivated me a lot to just speak up a little bit more and to share a little bit more, because I have a different angle and a different perspective than, you know, the coaches, a lot of the coaches that's out there. But y'all just realize that this is a game. It's warfare. If the Narc don't kill us, COVID will. If COVID don't kill us, high blood pressure and diabetes will. So take care of yourself. You know, eat you some, get you some fruits, eat you some vegetables, drink you some spring water or some distilled water. I don't recommend any kind of water because some of them have fluoride in them. But that's a totally different thing, you know. Just make sure that you take care of yourself and you don't become comfortable with the abuse, because it's going to be hard to detach from it. And once you detach from it, you may find that you cannot live without the Narc. That you're bonded to the trauma bond. All right. I love you guys. I have never gotten so much love on a video ever, especially not about nothing like this. No, never. But Boss Man said it's okay if, you know, y'all share y'all experiences or whatever on my platform. And so, you know, this is just a stepping stone. Hopefully one day I can start a channel and, you know, just talk about more, you know, that comes along with these jokers. I call them jokers, but when they see me, they know it ain't nothing funny. Because I'm going to hold you accountable one way or the other. One way or the other. It may not be right there on the spot, but you look up 4-5 days after I do what I gotta do, you'll be done. You gonna know that I done played you. I done had my way with you. Alright, I love y'all. And you keep on walking and standing in your truth. Keep asking questions. Keep sharing comments. You guys keep sharing experiences. I still learn from people's experiences. I still do. So I'm always looking to learn. And Miss Patsy, thank you for that wonderful song that you sent me this morning. I have already shared it with my best friend. So also my amigo, mi amigo, thank you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna explain everything that I have to explain to you, because when it comes to law, that's land, air, water. It's life. How do I know what I know about law? Aside from going to law school, I know the spiritual aspect of it too. So I know that there are tricks of the trade and things that lawyers are not taught. I know a lot of those things. They're not taught because they case study. And case studies are so far below, so far down on the hierarchy that I shared with you. Okay, so I know some things that nobody can tell, and some of them don't tell because they don't know. And the ones that don't tell and they know, they're under oath. So I'm gonna help you, my friend. All right, y'all make sure y'all tune in to Sade Speaks on YouTube. I just did yesterday. I looked at a video on the human spirit versus the godly type spirit. She's big on spirituality. That's my thing. I love spirituality. It helped me get with this Narc. I'm talking about get with it. Get with the game. I got very creative with the game. I probably left my narc sitting in a tornado right now. But that's just, hey, that's just what I did. That's just, hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. Once they realize you are not to be played with, they gonna hate to see you coming. Mine used to love to see me come. Oh, I love you. I love you. I can't believe you came. Oh, you surprised me. Oh my God. To, oh my God, here she comes. Oh, such an asshole. Oh, I can't stand it. So we went from there to there. And then when I shifted the energy and flipped the script, I was so happy. You got to go toe to toe with them. They are happy in your misery. So guess what? In order for you to be happy, you have to be happy. You have to give them some misery. You have to grant them misery. All right. 26 minutes, that's a little long for me. I didn't realize the video was going to be this long, so let me get off of here. I love y'all. You take care of yourselves. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. I wake up to this group. I love this group. I've never been on Facebook this much. All right. Peace, love, and light. Hario, you need to do that thing on Sundays, spiritual Sundays. I'm with it. Take care, y'all.